What's going on, guys? Who's in the house tonight? 6 of 48. Wow, people must not like to be part of prizes, winning money. I'm just giving it away to you six people. Let's see who's in the house. Kane, Jovan, Isaac, Travis, Michael, Chris, the same people that I always see that are always striving to keep working and get better at this. That's what I love to see. So how is everyone? How many leads did you all get this week? I don't know, man. You go in there. You can manually count there, Travis. They're in there. Go into Get Response. Do you give your team members the access to Get Response, Caitlin?
I haven't, no.
Well, we can give them that one. Where is it? Here we go. I'm gonna pop this in the chat roll. Any of you guys who can't get, who want to go in and check your leads and stuff like that, you guys can go into the Get Response account right there and go in and see what's going on for the week. Hey, what's going on, Jordan? How about you? I'm doing really good. Caitlin, what about you? You're not answering anything. They're asking how we're doing. How's Caitlin doing?
Oh, well, I was just going to go, I was just looking on Facebook. I was going to go put a thing in the group. But
okay, do it.
Being super slow right now, so it's not working out right. Oh, there we go.
Your internet's slow.
Well, there's like 1 million people on the Wi-Fi.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
You got 10 emails. Nice, Jordan. We're going to keep going. Tonight, actually, Caitlin's going to host tonight some Facebook ads training to help you guys out. There's a couple of people in here. I'm not really sure they even need any help. I mean, Jesus, I can't believe some people are getting as many, if not more, leads than I am. And I know that they're spending a lot less than I am. Maybe I should just go back to square one and start learning from some of you guys. What's going on, Maddie? Is that Mr. Reese? It is. How many people we got in the room here before? 7 people. So crazy.
I just put a thing in the group.
Did you?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh, it's weird. It says attendee 7 on the thing, but if you actually go in and you see the room, there's like 14. So I see Yolanda.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, exactly. Yolanda's in here. Isaac's in here. Jovan's in here. Derek's in here. Shailene's our newest sign on. She just came to rock it up. She's actually here in Kelowna here with me training.
Nice.
She's a close friend of my girlfriend. So when we were in Campbell River, I told her about this online thing, and she's like, "Hell yeah, I'm in," like Flynn. So she got her trifecta, and she's downstairs with her kids and her little one. She's got 2 little kids, and she's ready to rock and roll. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna get Motor in here. We're gonna kind of delve right in. I want to spend some time on the Facebook ads training, because I know for some people that is a part where they struggle with, or they're not really understanding, and Caitlin's really good at it. So she's going to go through and break it down for you guys to make your life that much easier for the Facebook training. But before we dive into that, I'd like to see some wins. I want to hear some wins from some people. So who here wants to talk today about their wins? Because I'm going to invite you up to the panel and I want to hear it. Don't be shy. So give us some people here who are willing to hop up and give us some wins. Or I'll just randomly pick you and invite you in.
Yeah.
And put you on
Come
the spot.
on, Travis and Kane and Chris and Michael, Miguel. I know you guys all got wins for sure.
David, let's see, David. Oh, David, yeah, you signed up. Please explain a whim. I signed up yesterday. Wow. So you're just in the midst of some coaching training right now. This will be good. You're gonna get a little jump in on some of it. No camera on this computer. You don't need a camera, as long as you got a microphone. It's all that matters. Nice, David. Well, you're gonna get a head start in learning here.
Yeah, some of the stuff might not make sense right away, David, but it will all make sense as soon as you go through all the training and stuff after you've done your coaching call and stuff.
Whoa, 300
Oh.
leads. Okay, well, I think we need to bring him on. Come on, we're gonna invite Michael as a speaker here.
Maybe he should be doing some training.
Yeah, maybe you should do the training. I invited you. Hop on. You gotta accept it. Come on, Michael. Who else has got some wins? I want to bring you on. And yes, Caitlin is awesome. There we go, Mr. Brooks. What's going on, dog? I know you've been doing lots of testing. I see you're beating me today in leads, and I know you're spending a lot less money than I am. Nice, Sean. You got 50 likes on your. How much you spend in a day right now, Michael?
I spend $25 a day for all my 6 ads I have.
Holy, that's
Holy
awesome.
cow, that's really good, man. That's like $25 for like 40 to 50 leads. You're under the $2 mark. It's exactly where you want to be, dude. You keep that up, and it just all of a sudden it's going to happen, dude. You're going to all of a sudden start getting there'll be those $99 buyers, and then boom, from those $99 buyers, as soon as they get on the phone with me, I'm like 7-Eleven. I'm never closed.
I get tons of messages day out.
That's awesome. And see, this is what we always tell people is they get a little bit discouraged in the beginning because they get so excited they want things to happen right away for them. And you got to remember that you got to build that momentum and just stay positive and keep doing what you're doing. And then all of a sudden it just explodes because you've built that momentum. You've done the little baby steps that have built upon each other, and then everything just takes off.
I tell everybody that realistically it's a 4 to 6 week, and then all of a sudden your funnel is just full. And then all of a sudden you'll just be out of the blue, and all of a sudden a buyer will happen, and a buyer will happen, and a buyer will happen. And then as your list gets bigger and bigger, we're constantly sending emails out, and a guy that totally forgot about it, next thing he's in. And you just don't know. And I mean, I see all the people that are opting in because I get the emails when they're saying, I'm ready. So I get them all on behalf of all you guys, whether it's from Kane, Michael, Jen and Gord. Jen and Gord have been rocking it up too. I've been getting lots of messages back from their people as well. So tonight is Miguel's birthday.
Yay! Happy birthday!
Yeah. Miguel, are you on tonight or what, buddy?
Happy birthday, man.
He's probably celebrating his birthday dinner right now.
He's probably drinking, aren't you?
Okay.
Where are you at, Miguel? Let's bring you in as a speaker. Are you there?
But also another thing for you guys, right now we are using GetResponse for all of our emailing, but we are in the midst of kind of transferring everything over to Infusionsoft, which is like 1,000,000 times better than GetResponse. The email deliverability is way, way, way higher. So we're just in the process of moving everybody over. Now there's a lot of you, so it's taken some time, but within probably the next couple weeks here, we should have everybody all moved over, so it'll be even better. We'll have way more people actually getting the emails to their inboxes and getting on the webinar, so expect lots more buyers.
Yeah, there will be lots more. So let's hear some wins here. Give us some of your secret sauce, Michael. It's been a lot of split testing, hasn't it?
Yeah, unfortunately though, my split testing has been kind of the same. I'll set it and then let it run, and then I just let it do its thing. And because right now I'm here in North Carolina working, so I don't have much time to do a lot of testing and stuff like that. Pretty hard to be up here for 2 weeks, but I can't wait to get
being away from the family and all that.
And you have this corporate guy telling you what you need to be eating, and occasionally get McDonald's off the dollar menu. I'm grown. I'll do as I please. But yeah, I just let it do its own thing right now until I get back home to do a lot more split testing.
Yeah, I always suggest guys to be running 2 or 3 ads, and then when you have a home run on a couple ads, you keep running those ads, but you always have one that you're constantly testing with. Because then all of a sudden you're just going to find that one, spend $5 a day on one ad that you just test with. And then all of a sudden you'll get a few leads out of it, and then you know that you need to scale that ad. And the next thing you know, you're scaling it. The next thing you know, you're getting even more leads. I know with Gord and Jen, what they've been doing, they haven't been even doing micro targeting. They've been targeting like the East. So, you know, they're targeting where they're from, which is the East Coast of Canada, and they're talking about, you know, he's from Newfoundland, and they're targeting those people, and they're getting like ridiculously low leads, cost per leads, like ridiculously low. So the more you even target into cities, into regions, and then specific interests, there's a little timbit there. The cheaper it can become, because I think the way it works with Facebook is if they have to do more work to broaden to find you, they're going to charge more. If you can target your actual customers or find your people that much easier, they're going to charge you less. And then not only that, but there's also a relevance part to it as well, right? Because the ads, they're getting more clicks, they're getting more what they want, so then they're going to naturally promote your ad more, right? Audio is cutting out. Are you saying whim or win? Win, David. You might want to refresh your page if you're having some issues there. So yeah, Michael's been getting 44, 45, 35, 40 leads a day, and it's just from, he just said six ads, right, Michael?
Yeah, I have three actual, like the beginning of the ad before you go more into it. But yeah. I have total running, yeah.
Nice, awesome, perfect. All right, so. Any advice you can give us here, Michael? Because you're kicking my ass. I can tell you I'm spending a whole lot more than $25, and you're going to beat me today. But I am doing some pretty big split testing right now.
Like I said the last time, I'm just running the same targetings that I did before on my other videos before they stopped working. One day I went down the whole day.
They're just your personal videos, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, another thing I want to bring up to you guys, a lot of people I've been noticing and struggling with that line, you know, how everyone quit in capitals, you know, fired all that stuff. Those lines, I think that Facebook is picking up on them and they're rejecting the ads based on the words. Is that not what you ran into, Michael, and then you changed those words and they approved it?
I changed it to how I fired my ball. The one I had before that, when we all quit our job, they thought we were
shocked.
crazy.
Yeah, how people were shocked to quit your job. Yeah, that one. I think that one's been sort of played out on Facebook, and too many people were running ads that were not compliant. So they're pretty much now banning those words. So, you know, how I fired my boss, that's a good one. I've been using it, and I've been using the same.
So. But also, on top of that note, I ran into the problem of getting a lot of more conversations in the comments instead of them saying info and then me just liking the same, sent them a reply saying, sent you a message, then went and sent them a message. So we could talk on the outside of my post, because that's too much information.
Yeah, no, you always press message, don't reply to people. There's another thing too, when someone sends you a message in your like on your ad, you know, info or questions or whatever, don't comment in there. Hit the message. Don't press reply. Hit message. Then it goes private messages them directly to their inbox, and then you can go offline. And you don't want to get into too much details. I mean, one of the big things that I do is I'm like, hey, if they're like, oh, what's this all about? I'm like, hey, have you registered for the free online workshop yet? Very first thing I do. And then they're like, yeah. I'm like, perfect. I'm like, so are you coming out? And sometimes they'll be like, oh, no, I don't have time. I can't make it on that. I'm like, well, do you have 75 minutes now, or do you have an hour now to watch the replay? And they're like, yes or no. And if they say yes, then what I'll do is I'll just paste them over, copy and paste over the replay, and I'll get them to, and then I'll follow up. I'm like, hey, how did it go, right? Stuff like that, right? Because if you get too many people asking too many questions, for one, you're not going to be able to explain all the content that I put on in an hour, and your best bet is to just kind of throw them over that. Hey, Gord, glad you could make it.
A little bit late.
Oh, it's all good. All good, buddy. How was your week? I noticed you guys are getting lots of leads.
Pretty good. Pretty good. We were out shooting videos in the mountains yesterday for 6 hours or so.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That must have been fun being in the mountains and getting to shoot videos all at the same time.
Oh, yeah, it was good out in the back country.
Yeah, I know. You love the back out there on the motorbike. Does Jen ride motorbike too?
Yeah, she got a dirt bike too.
Oh, wow. That must be crazy.
I'd live out there if they had internet.
Well, you can make that happen, buddy. We can make that happen. hold on, Chris. Some question I reply to if it's not answering question about the system, just to show I'm a real person. Some questions I reply to if it's not answering questions about the system. Yeah, I mean, obviously you can socialize. Just don't socialize within the actual comment section. Message them outside if you want to have, I mean, you guys can spend as much time as you want talking to people, but I suggest not really talking too much about the system and stuff and get them to the actual webinar. Do you guys have any feedback to that on any successes, Caitlin or Gord, on talking to people and what you do?
It depends on the type of person they are, really. Like I've been a couple of Newfoundlanders I've been talking to. They need they need to feel a little bit more like they know a little bit more. Like they're really, really skeptical. I don't know. So I talk to them in a different way than I talk to everybody else. If you could see some of the things that I said to these guys, you would be surprised.
I bet.
Yeah.
So, Caitlin, anything with you when you talk to your people?
Well, I put the example conversation script into the file section of the group, and that's pretty much the exact conversation that I have with everybody. Like, I can show you some of the conversations that I have with people when I share my screen, and they're pretty much exactly the same. I just start out with, hey, how's it going? What's got you interested in what we're doing? And then I ask them if they're working or not, because if they say no, I'm unemployed, I don't just ignore them. I just say, okay, I'm just going to be honest with you and let you know that they're like with any business, there's an initial startup. If you want more information, I can send you more information, but I'm just going to be honest with you that there are startup costs. If they say that they are employed, and then I say, okay, well, what's got you interested in what we're doing? Then they answer, and then I'll try and relate to them somehow and be like, oh yeah, I totally hear you, that's kind of similar to my story, and then blah, 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 blah. And then we'll maybe go back and forth. Some people are very conversational, and they'll want to have a conversation with you, and some people are just like yes, no answers. So I'll say, okay, well, if you are wanting more information on what we're doing, we do free live webinar or free live online workshops Mondays or whatever day. If it's getting closer to Thursday, then I'll say on Thursday. This Thursday we have one coming up. If it's getting closer to Monday, then I'll say Monday. And I'll say if you want more info, we go over exactly what we do, how we do it, and how you can partner with us. I can send you the link if you want to register. And then they'll say yes or no. Usually they say yes. And then I'll explain to them what they need to do. I'll say, okay, here's a link. You're going to have to enter your email to register your spot, and then you'll be sent the details, your custom link, and the date and time of the webinar sent to your email. So make sure you go there and check it. And if you didn't get it, then go into your junk box and check there, and if you still didn't get it, let me know. I'll walk them through that process and tell them, even though they are told that in the thank you video, I still tell them that while I'm talking to them.
Okay, cool. You sound a little bit like R2D2. Maybe you need to refresh your screen there, Caitlin.
There's probably too many people on the Wi-Fi. Are you
going to be able to share your screen? Oh, he's refreshing. She's going to be doing the Facebook training tonight, so I don't know if you knew that, Gord. She's going to shows everyone how to do some of the Facebook ads and some of that stuff out there. But while we're here right now, I want to kind of open up a couple questions to any of you guys. Do you guys have any questions on the board right now before we get into the Facebook training on anything, obviously outside of placing ads, because Caitlin's going to go through that. Let's get those out there right now and answer those. Anyone? Come on, guys. I get questions all the time, all week long. Somebody's got to have some questions. Anybody getting discouraged out there? Okay, give you 5 seconds, and then we're going to move on to the Facebook training. I got a question. Okay, go ahead, shoot, Jordan. What's that question? Here, I'll make it easier. You can ask your question live. Click on the button.
Chris, yeah, they were saying that because sometimes if you, so for people who didn't see the Tech Tuesday webinar, they were talking about whether it's better to scale your ad, as in changing the daily budget on your specific ad, or rather than that, duplicating it so you have 2 ads of the same and spending, say, $5 on each and not touching the daily budget for that specific ad. You just duplicate it. So the reason why they were saying that is because sometimes if you change the budget, so they say that your ad will sometimes it'll get better, but sometimes it'll get worse. So instead of messing with that, you just duplicate it so that you're not screwing with it, kind of thing. So sometimes it works better, sometimes it might work better. Your ad might get cheaper, you might get cheaper clicks, cheaper conversions if you do that, but it might get worse. So it's up to you. I mean, you just gotta test it because, yeah.
Perfect. Jordan, are you here? I see you popped up here. And Maddie, you were a bit discouraged yesterday. What's discouraging you? It's your ads, or is it what is it? What's going on? I can see you on here, Jordan, but I don't see you, and I can't hear you. Do you not have a microphone or a video camera? You don't really need the video, but you need a microphone. Jordan? I made a copy on one of mine, trying it out. Another thing, too, that sometimes that we like to do is if you find a home run, and it's a home run with a certain demographic, right, and your ad's going with it, sometimes you might want to look at a demographic that's closer or similar to, and then spread the budget to another one. Because you always are going to want, not getting the leads yet. Maddie, that's going to come. Gord's doing... Gord's rocking and rolling with it. Have you tried the 10 times effect yet? Have you gone out and done a bunch of video ads? Testing with that. That's a big thing. That's huge. That's how Michael went from what he got to where he is doing a couple of those video ads, and his response just went up ridiculous, and he just found his right targets. That's all it was the video ads. Because the message and the congruency between your Facebook page to your ad to your thank you page, everything are all congruent, and your stories is good, then people are going to naturally want to join. That is it. There is nothing other than that. It's just literally testing.
Well, and I know that a lot of people probably, and especially for Michael, I'm sure that it was really hard for him at first to do video ads, and it was probably super weird, super uncomfortable, but he did a couple a day. And he would post them in the group. Like if you're worried about doing a video ad and then posting it out on Facebook, doing an ad to it, and it doesn't convert or something, and then like, oh God, I feel like an idiot right now. Post it in the group because it's a safe place. Nobody else is going to see it besides anybody in the group, and we'll be able to give you feedback, positive feedback. Here's a couple things that you can work on. I mean, Michael did one just about every single day. He did a couple a day, and every single time he posted them in the group and he asked for feedback, and then he got better and better and better every single video he did. Does my sound better, Jeff?
Yeah, we're way better now.
Okay,
way better.
Good.
Jane, also, if it's a blur on your end, refresh your screen. Just refresh it, because that's a lot of times what it is. It's just bandwidth. You test every day. Okay, yeah, no, I get that you test, Matt, but are you testing with other people's ads, or are you testing with your own video ad? That's a huge thing. That's it. That I can tell you right now. That is it. That is the home run. Once you have that, it's just a matter of finding a demographic that meets it, and then that's it. Because so many people are using other people's ads, and maybe some people are okay with that, and they do okay with that. But for the majority-wise, how you go from zero to hero is literally your own ad. That is it. And it's all congruent. Your thank you page, everything. Do you not agree, Gord?
Yeah, totally. 100%.
Well, Matt, if you're trying yours, how many new ads have you made? Or are you using the exact same one that you did from the first time? Maybe that's it. Maybe you need to redo another one, because even for myself, everybody here, you got to try out a few, and not only that, but you get better because you'll be like, oh, I missed this, oh, I missed that. Right? When you talk about your message and you add in enthusiasm and everything, That's it. The excitement, the enthusiasm, and the message, and talking about building an online business, and talking about your struggles, and talking about how you had little to no experience is massive, because then they're going to be like, oh, well, that actually is going to work for me. Wow, what the heck? I don't have to have any technical background. Perfect. Yeah, Shane's doing some testing with some congruence. He's actually trying Fiverr. He put through a couple through there to. Okay, you are making new ones. Perfect. Well, Maddie, then maybe what you need to do is maybe post it in the group for us to see, get some feedback, and I bet you Gord's probably giving you feedback as well. So perfect. All right. Having said all that, I think we pretty much nailed Jordan. Hey, sorry, but then it wasn't responding. I was also in, but wasn't responding. Okay, well, we'll try one more time, and then you can ask your question. And then we're going to pop right into Caitlin going into the Facebook ads training. Just invited you, Jordan.
Oh.
Whoa, hey.
There we go, Jordan.
Working this time?
It's working.
Oh, sweet. What's up, guys?
So what's your question there, buddy?
I completely forgot. Just keep continuing. It'll come back to me. So.
You forgot your question?
Yeah. So like, all of a sudden the webinar thing, like the camera view, like popped up, and I was like, "Whoa, what is this?" And they're like, "Oh, hey, you're trying to join on." So.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll keep you up here until after the thing. But everyone here on the panel, let's just mute it, and we're going to leave it to Caitlin now, and she's going to go into Facebook testing and building and everything. So
Alright.
leave it over to you. So press the mute button on.
Okay, so if there are any questions, just let me know, because when I share my screen, I'm not going to be able to see them. So just 1 second here. Or if anybody wants to pop out or anything, just let me know. Okay, can you see my screen? Yeah, okay, cool. Okay, so something that I was going to show you guys was, hang on, let's go over here. So we talked about it a little bit before, about seasoning your ads, because we've talked about it in previous webinars, but we didn't actually show you what we meant by that. So just like you seasoned your page for likes, you did a likes campaign to Pakistan, Philippines, wherever, just to get some likes on your page. We're going to do the same thing with your ad, because it helps a brand new ad get some likes, comments, shares on it, and when you have a little bit of social proof, people are more likely to comment on your ad. So if you look at my ad, I didn't do it on this one, but on other ones I have. When people see that there's 124 comments on here, they're way more likely to comment interested, interested, interested. So to do that, there's a couple things that you need to remember. So I'm just gonna walk you through it. I'm not gonna publish it or anything. But when you're doing this, make sure that your domain is forwarded to the blog. Do not send this traffic to your landing page, because if you have a pixel on your landing page and they opt in, it's going to mess up your audience, because it's that pixel that, if you guys haven't had a pixel on your page yet, don't worry about it, but if you do have a pixel on your page, do not send this traffic to your landing page, because that pixel is collecting information about the audience that you most want to see, and the more information it collects, the better your ads are going to get, and the faster it's going to optimize things. So if you mess it up and you send this traffic to your landing page and they opt in, your pixel is going to be all confused. So make sure that your domain, if you have a link on your post, make sure your domain is forwarded to a random blog of some kind, not to your landing page. So for this, you're just going to do, let's say that you've posted your video with your wording and stuff on your post. Actually, I'm going to show you guys that, because I want to talk about headlines. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Just give me a second here, my computer is slow.
wasn't
Holy moly,
like,
it's slow.
you know, doing other people's videos and then transitioning into videos of your own?
Somebody is not, somebody's not muted right now. Jordan, do you have a question?
Oh no, hold on a sec. Here, let me mute that.
Thank you. Okay, so if I can get back over here, Jeepers. Okay. So let's say that you are going to, for the very first time, go and post your video. You've either made your own video or you've grabbed one from the files section of the Infinite Freedom group and you go to post it on your page. So headlines. And some people are getting a little bit confused with this. So this is the ad that I'm using. I say family time. This is what our afternoons look like these days. A few months ago, we were far from this. Comment info or click here. So just super short, to the point. You don't need to explain a whole bunch about what we're doing. Have a big block of text here, because if there's a big chunk of text, people aren't going to read it. They're more likely to just scroll through it. So you want something that's going to be short and catchy, and all you're doing in this headline is getting them to watch the video or click your link. That's all it is. All you're selling them is clicking your video or clicking your link. That's it. So for video, we just upload whatever video. I'm actually not going to do that because my computer is really slow right now. So a lot of people would have been using How I Fired My Boss. So I'd say, here's how I fired my boss and started traveling the world. Something as simple as that. And then I would go watch video now. And then I could put my link here. Just something as simple as that is really, really good. Jeff, do you have anything to comment on headlines?
Yeah, headlines, you definitely don't want to go more than 4 spaces deep, basically, because then it goes to what they call see more, and then they got to press see more to see the rest of it. So you don't want to go more than 4 lines. So usually I'll put in, how I fired my boss and got to spend time with my family, watch video now, and then I'll put the domain.
Mm-hmm. Or comment info or click here, whatever kind of thing. But
Yeah.
see how right here, like with my ad here, it's only a few lines and there's no see more, because the more steps that people have to go through, the less likely they are to take the next step that you want them to. The more obstacles you have to put in front of people, the lower your conversions are going to be. So just a few lines, even 1 or 2 lines is good. Just something really catchy.
The other thing, too, I want you guys to start thinking about the domain that you guys use. Start thinking about freedoms, like stuff to do with, like my 9 to 5 freedoms. What's yours, Caitlin, there?
Freedomsdoorstep.com.
Yeah, Freedom's Doorstep, stuff like that. Those are things outside of the box. Then you're not like trying to brand your name. You're trying to brand a lifestyle, what they are. So remember congruency, right? What is your ad trying to show? You're trying to show that people are going to have freedom and going to be able to do what they want to do as a boss, right? So the more you have more information, the more it all matches together, the more odds that you're going to get people to the webinar. Does that make sense? Do you not agree, Caitlin?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Go on.
Okay. So I was going to post a video here, but I'm not going to do that because my computer is being really slow right now. So to season the ad, let's just pretend that I posted the video, I did my headline, my short, catchy headline with my domain link, and then now I want to season my ad. So right now, my domain, let's just pretend, is forwarded to a blog, just a random blog of any kind, and then I'm going to go in here and I'm going to season my ad, just to get some social proof, some likes, comments, shares, or anything like that. So I'm going to go to Boost Post. And I'm just going to name it, oh, yeah, no, that's the one I want. Down here, I'm just going to name it Seasoning. Continue. Okay, I'm going to get rid of Canada.
Oh, Oh, Pakistan. They love us. You have 500 likes, 600 likes for $5 a day.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just something super quick and easy because I know some people don't have a huge ad budget, but this is going to help you in the long run because it's going to get people to comment and click on your link faster if they see other people are doing it. So you don't really this doesn't really matter. You can change ages if you want. I would change it to like 20 to 40 kind of thing, and I'm always going to put English here because I don't want them writing on my page in a different language because then people are going to know, obviously, that you're targeting different places. And then you don't have to put anything here. You could put business and travel or something like that. It's not a big deal. You don't have to put too much thought into this. I'm going to do mobile, only when connected, or that doesn't even matter actually. Let's not do that. And then you could do, let's just do even a lifetime budget so that you can just set it and forget it. Lifetime budget of, say you only wanted to spend $10 on this and then set over 2 days, and then you could just forget about it. But make sure when you're doing a page post engagement, you come down here, and instead of impressions, you want post engagements, because if you do impressions, you're getting charged when people see it, not when they interact with it. So then I would just press continue, and then it would be done. It would be seasoning, and for 2 days, I could forget about it, and then when that's done, I could move on to my other one. So.
I got a question.
Yeah.
So, with the estimated daily reach, though, wouldn't you want that at like a certain amount? So right now it's at 190 through 510. So wouldn't you want like over or close to 1,000 people that is going to be reaching?
For this, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter because I'm just seasoning my ad. All I care about is just getting some likes, comments, shares on it. I don't care about anything else with this.
Okay.
The sole purpose of this is just to get some likes on my post.
The whole reason this is just basically so that you're getting some social proof to your ad, and you're getting them for cheap elsewhere, and then you're going to move your ad into USA and Canada with social proof in the back end. That's all it is, and then you're actually going to it means that you're more relevant now according to Facebook's algorithm.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Exactly, because the more activity you have on your post or on your video or whatever, everything is going to be cheaper. So now let's just pretend that I've ran that for 2 days, I got a whole bunch of likes, I got a whole bunch of comments, so I'm still going to leave my domain forwarded to my blog, and then I'm going to come in here and I'm going to create ad. But this time, because I'm actually wanting leads, I'm going to do increase conversions on your website. My computer would not be so slow. Okay, later on I'm going to come back and change this because I wanted, and I'll explain why, but we'll just go continue. So first I'm going to pick my conversion pixel. Some of you are using the lead one, some of you are using the view content, some of you are using complete registration. So whatever pixel event you're using, just pick that one. And I'm going to do Canada and US. You could do just Canada, you could do just US, you could do states or provinces. Just test what works good for you. I have had better luck with countries. I know a lot of people who have had better luck with targeting cities or states or provinces, but just it depends what works for you. And then in the Cody Harris video, he showed you to find something that is close to or above 900. I'm going to ignore that right now because that's just a little hack that he found. And I found it works, but it's kind of hard to find. Like I've only ever found, the highest I found was 1,700, and that was one time, and I've never found anything that high again. So I don't know why it works sometimes. I don't know why it doesn't work sometimes. So I'm just going to completely ignore that because I've had success with just looking at this number here. So my age that I usually target is, and again you can test this, but I usually do about 23 to, and this will depend on you as well. You are going to attract, especially if you're doing your own videos, you're going to attract people who are like you. So do like plus or minus 10 years your age, usually. So I'll do to 41. And I typically do my ads to men because I find that they convert better. Personally, that's just what I found.
Oh yeah, we know what you're doing now. You're just trying to target those men, sucking them in, Caitlin.
Yeah.
There we go. Hold on, we're gonna answer a couple questions here.
Okay,
So
sure.
David says, will this section be recorded? Yes, all of our stuff is recorded and in replay. Shane, so not impression, but what was the other target, Caitlin? Post engagement.
For the post engagement?
Yeah.
There's a little option down there that you choose post engagement instead of impressions.
Yes. See, I don't even do that.
Yeah.
There you go. So she's just teaching you something new that I didn't even know.
Yeah, but see, there's so many different ways to do this, and I find that a lot of people are getting very stuck in their head that they don't want to make a mistake. They want to do it completely right. They want their very first ad to work super well, which is totally understandable, but you learn by making mistakes and by trying and by taking action. So if you're getting stuck in your head and you're not moving forward, you're not placing ads because I don't know what to do, I don't know where to start, just go and try and start an ad and you will learn as you go along. That's the only way that you're going to learn. You could sit here and watch all these videos a million times, but you're not going to learn anything until you actually go and do it.
Yes, you have to take action.
Yeah, exactly. So again, the age, gender, all up to you. And then I find that people are getting, okay, so I would go down here and I always unclick all of these. I only do mobile and I do only when connected to Wi-Fi because this means that they will be somewhere stable. They'll probably be at home or somewhere where they are not just in an office or shopping and they're kind of just scrolling through Facebook.
Quick question, why do you only do mobile?
I just said so. Why? Oh, no, why only mobile? Because it's cheapest.
Oh, so you're targeting only men that are cheap. Oh, there we go, Caitlin. Good.
No, Facebook.
You're supposed to be looking for guys with money, not the cheap ones. Jeez.
No, not that people are cheap. I mean that like mobile ads. I mean mobile ads are the cheapest, Jeff. Damn it. Okay, so mobile ads are the cheapest. That's why I choose that one. And everybody's on their phone, right? Everybody has some kind of smartphone usually. So, yeah. I don't touch the schedule conversions. I do 7 days on my Pixel, and then the rest I will leave the same. So up here for detailed targeting, I honestly don't think too much about this. I will just do whatever I can think of. Like, I'll show you my ads in a minute, and they're super random. Like, give me some random targets. Let's do biking, because there's a biking. Biking school, mountain biking. Sure. Okay, and then something else I'll look for over here is this number, this potential. This is the audience on Facebook. Now, just because there's 111 million people, that doesn't mean that, so if I click this, mountain biking, it's not going to be that many people actually. It'll be, so it's 8 million people. So I'm going to do mountain biking and I'm going to do camping.
And bikinis.
Oh, okay, and bikinis for Jeffrey. Bikini.
There you go.
There we are.
And guys, it's the weirdest thing. You can use the most random stuff. Like one of the ones I'm looking at right now is gold. And here's something that I'm going to give you. You guys in the U.S. are really lucky people because you guys are allowed. You guys can target incomes, which we can't in Canada, which is retarded. So you guys can target incomes and you can target household owners. And what does that usually mean? They have money. They can afford this stuff. So yes, there is some little tidbits of information. I'm totally jealous of some of you guys in the U.S. I've been pulling my hair out trying to figure out how to do it, and then finally I put it together, and it's not available to Canadian on Facebook. Have you noticed that, Caitlin?
I swear I found it the other day, and I didn't think anything of it, and just continued on with my ads, and then I went back, and I don't know how I found it.
Well, I can show you. Go to Browse.
No, I know. It's supposed to be in here, but I was typing.
Under demographics, I split shared a screen with somebody else. So go to demographics. Maybe you have it available. That'd be interesting.
Demographics, and then where?
Yeah, you don't have it. Scroll down. I can't see all the way to the bottom.
It doesn't. I don't have a scroll down button. It's weird.
Yeah, that's all we have available. They have stuff where it's like household income.
Really? I swear when I type, like, I'll see it every once in a while when I'm typing stuff in here because other things will pop up, like, as you type things, other things will pop up. But I just never really thought too much about it until the other day, and I was looking for it, and then I couldn't find it. So if I happen to come across it again, then I will let you know. Okay, but yeah, so I, honestly, couple things, couple interests, 2-3 interests here. This, I have heard that as long as it's over 100,000, then you're good. You don't want anything lower than that, typically, unless you're doing super, super, like, niche targeting. But a couple million, that's good. I'm good with that. So I would just go down here. I would press continue. I'm going to go to use existing posts because I've already posted the post that I want on my page. That's the one that I wanted. And then I'm just going to press place order. And then I'm going to go continue. And I'm going to go and do it again. And I'll just do that a whole bunch of times. I'll think of 2 or 3 super random things per each ad, and I'll just try it and test it. And if it works, then great. If not, then I'll turn it off. And then this is what I look for when I'm deciding whether to keep an ad or not. I'm going to show you all my ads here. And some of them aren't doing very good, but I left them on here because I wanted to show you guys what I look for. So typically in the GAZ group, they tell you to, okay, so first there's a couple things that you can look at up here. You want to look at 30 days, either 7 to 30 days, and you could look at what ad is doing best that day, but it's going to fluctuate every single day, so don't turn your ads off or on based on just looking at one day. Just make a decision based on 7 to 30 days, depending on how long you've run your ads. So that's one little tip there. And then down here where it says columns performance, I'm going to go to performance and clicks. And you might have heard in the GAZ group that they want everything under like 50 to 70 cents. So if I was doing that, I would be shutting every single one of these ads off. But because we're doing pixel ads and we're doing website conversion ads, I can come over here and I can actually see how many conversions I'm getting and what I'm paying per conversion. So some of these...
I'm just gonna interject here, guys. This is an important thing. 50 cents a click, all that stuff is totally irrelevant. I can't tell you how irrelevant it is. It really only comes down to how much it's costing you for those emails to be put in. Because you could be paying $1.50 a click, but you're also only paying $1.50 per conversion. You're bang on. You're under the $2 mark, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So if you guys have not put together your pixel yet and sent it to Caitlin for your landing page, by the time we hop off here, I want you to go and get it and give it back to her. Give it to her, because this is the nuts and bolts. This is where you actually start understanding, because you could see 50 cents, and if you're not going into GetResponse and seeing how many leads you are divided by how much you're actually spending in the day, which a lot of people aren't going to do, then you're not going to see the stats. And that's the only other way that you'd be able to do it, is manually. Anyways, go on, Caitlin.
Yeah, exactly. So again, if I was looking just at my clicks, I would be shutting all of these off. But just because if you're getting 50-cent clicks, it doesn't mean you are getting very good opt-ins. You could be getting like 1% conversions, and you have no idea unless you have this, and you can see that. And then that's not a good ad because it's not converting very well. So I can see here that on this top one, out of 44 clicks, I got 24 conversions. That's pretty darn good. And 33 conversions out of 69 clicks, 22 clicks, and 12. So all of my ads are just about at 50% almost. And I can see that over here. So I will typically, as long as as these ads are around $2, I will let them run for about 3 days, because it seems that after about 3 days you've had enough, Facebook has gathered enough information that they can start optimizing your ad. So if I turn this on and say this was, actually it was this one, watermelon hummus. That's super loud, whoever that is. This one earlier today was actually $6 a conversion, but I left it on because I wanted to show you guys, and now it's at $2.44 conversion. So see, it changes every single day. So, but still, even these are high, like $2.90, $2.44, and $2.48. I feel like that's too high, and I can do better than that. So these ones, $1.80 per conversion, $1.23 per conversion, those are good. I'm going to keep those, and these ones I would just shut off and start a whole bunch, or start 3 more. So, and see my targets. I'm doing Sunshine and Candy, Joe Santagato, and Tasty. This one has no interest. It's just age and gender. Watermelon and hammocks, stand-up comedy, Las Vegas. Like, those are just things that I randomly thought of. I didn't put a whole lot of thought into it. I just threw up some ads and let it run and saw, and just waited to see what happened with them. So these ones, I'm just going to shut off now because they're not good. And I know that I can get better converting ads. Where did that other one go?
So I got another question here.
Yeah.
My fiance has a question about the conversions. Are the conversions the emails that you will be getting when they go through?
Yes. So that is somebody who has entered their email into your landing page.
Okay.
So
Alrighty.
they've put their email on your landing page. They're now in your list within GetResponse, and we will email, when people do that, when people enter their email onto your landing page, we email them for you. The people who comment on your page, they either private message you or comment interest. You have to message them yourself, and we have an example conversation script that you don't have to go verbatim of what it says, but it's just gives you an idea of what to say to people, and you'll have to message those people yourselves and give them the link.
Right. So it's like pretty much a hook to get them hooked onto it, so then you can still bring them in, keep them interested, so then they can go through with the webinar.
Yeah, exactly. And no, I can show you a couple conversations that I have with people.
Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Jeff, do you have anything to add about the ads part?
I mean, honestly, guys, the ads part, well, there was something I wanted to add into, like the whole $2.40, but I mean, it gets into a little bit more, I'll give you an example, and this is probably a little bit more high level, but it really doesn't even matter so much about the $2.40. Really what it actually matters is how many people are actually, so for me, I'd be willing to spend $4 per conversion if it meant that I was getting that many more people paying for the coaching series and getting through to the actual coaching call, right? Does that make sense? Right? Because you're actually ending up with actual real, like you can spend $1.50 or $2 or whatever for all these people, right? But if you're only getting a very small amount of good quality people out of there, the next equation, which is high level, is how much money am I spending to actually how much revenue am I making, right? And you might find a demographic that it's costing you $4, right? But that $4 is giving you a return on investment of like $150 to $200. Does that make sense? So that's another thing where it's right now, guys, I've got one right now that I'm spending over $5 a lead. And if you guys noticed, I've been getting tons and tons of guys going through the coaching series recently. And that's because I'm messing around and testing out some different things, right? So you might find a target that has money, but it's costing you $5 a lead, but that $5 a lead is actually making you 100 or 200 or whatever the ROI out of it. Does that make sense? It's just a numbers game. And that's a little bit extra high level. But anyways, go on, Caitlin.
Okay. So when people message on here, I'm gonna hit message right here, and then this will go directly into their inbox because they've commented, and you press that message thing, it's going to go directly into their inbox. If you try and message them from your page or from your personal profile, they're not going to get the message. It's going to go into their message. It's like a filtered message requests folder, and they're not going to see it because you're not connected with them on Facebook. Facebook has started filtering messages if you are not connected with a person. So I'm just going to say, hey, Kai, how are you? What's got you interested in what we are doing? Are you currently employed? Okay, that's it. That's all I. Yeah, exactly.
Cut to the chase with those ones. That's the good thing. Cuts down the amount of time that you got to do.
Yeah, exactly. So let's go to one that I've actually had like a bit of a conversation. Oh, this guy. Okay, so I said, hey Chris, what's going on, or what's got you interested in what we're doing? Are you currently employed? He wrote back, and I said, I'm sorry to hear you're having hard times right now. I'd be happy to help you and see you succeed and be able to support your family. I'm going to be so this is somebody who said that they didn't have a job. I said, I'm going to be honest with you, there are startup costs involved as with any business. He said, okay, first explain to me what I'm getting into. I have no problem putting the work and time into something that will definitely pay off. I said, well, we're having a free live online workshop tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for people who are wanting to know what we do, how we do it, and all the details. I can link to register if you would like. And I say, okay, here you go. Here's the link. Once you register, check your email for the workshop details and enter and your custom link. You will be sent the custom link to watch. It starts in just under 2 hours. If you don't get it, get the link to your inbox. Check your junk folder. Sometimes it slips in there. And then I've had conversation with this. A couple days later, I'll go back and follow up with everyone and say, hey, what did you think of the workshop? So here's another one. Exact same thing. How are you? What's got you interested? Are you currently employed? Exact same thing. We do free live online workshops, blah, blah, blah. I can send you the link for the replay for the workshop we did last night, or if you would prefer to watch it live, the next one is Thursday. Let me know what you prefer. And then I say, okay, cool, here's the link. And then I just explain again. You'll have to enter your email to register. Go check your email. If you don't get it in there, go check your junk box. And if you don't get it, let me know. And then I follow up again. Hey, Miguel, what did you think of the workshop? Do you have anything to add, Jeffrey?
No, those are pretty common things that I end up doing. I do the exact same thing. I pretty much cut it to the chase. She goes a little bit further with the employed portion of it, and it's probably a good idea to do it. I don't necessarily do that. I just normally like, hey, when someone's like, hey, what's up or whatever, I'm like, have you registered for the online workshop? They'll tell me yes or no. If they are yes, then I'm like, that's great. Are you coming on Monday or Thursday? And they'll be like, oh, whatever. And I'm like, but here's the thing. A lot of them, if they're talking to you at that exact moment, there's a pretty good chance that they have some time right now. So a lot of the times I'll ask them, like, hey, do you have a moment right now to watch the online workshop? And if they're like, yes, then I give it to them, and then boom. Next thing you know, they buy right now. You don't have to wait for Monday or Thursday because it's the same content. That make sense?
Yeah, for sure. But if they're sending people to the replay, they need to make sure that they've opted into their list first.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why I always ask them, have you registered for the free online workshop? That's the very first thing that I ask them.
Okay, so just make sure if you are giving out the replay that you first ask them if they have opted in first. Because if they sign up and they're not in your list, we can't see where they've come from.
Yeah, it's a bit of a nightmare.
Yeah, exactly. So does anybody have any questions about the ads, about targeting, about what to look for, about conversations, anything like that?
Anyone have any questions? Yeah, Sean, you were unemployed. I get it. And here he is. He's about to rock it. So does anyone else have any? Does anyone here on the panel have, or anybody there, have any questions about what she's put together tonight? On how she's doing some stuff? Another thing we try and stick to is on one ad, don't go more than 2 interests. Ever.
Yeah.
There's no point in going beyond 2 interests because then you're doing too much split testing within one ad.
Yeah, then you have no idea which interest is giving you the good ad. So something that you can do, if you're doing 2 interests per ad and that ad does really well, you can take that ad, leave that one ad that's doing well running, and then take those 2 interests and split them up into 2 new ads, and then you can see if which one is doing better. And maybe by themselves, one will do way, way, way better.
Perfect.
What about the different? What about the different countries? So could you have as many as you want with that, or should you just go to a certain amount?
I'm going to give you guys an explanation, right? So reality is Canada and US are going to be your main targets, and I'm going to tell you why. Because it's so difficult with the time zone differences and us not having an actual live webinar or webinars over there and like leadership over there, that it's difficult. Now, having said that, it's not impossible, but I'm just saying you're going to get more out of it on this side. Australia is actually a good country. Their approval rate's higher for financing or anything else too as well. So, but it's just a little bit more difficult with the time zone difference. That's it for your teammate. So yeah, Canada and US are the top 2. There's 400 million people.
I would say
87% of them are online, of which I'd say at least 75 to 80% are on Facebook. And average they spend is 45 minutes a day on there. So that's why we do this formula. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, that's good. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
No problem. So, wrap up here, guys. So tonight is very good information. She basically gave you exactly what she's doing. You've seen what she's split testing. You see what she's doing. She's using my vote video, but the reason she gets away with the vote video because she's on it. So she's going to get more response on it because she's physically on it, guys, right? So go shoot the videos. Go look at my video. Take my video and hear about how I talk about building an online workshop. It's free to register. Don't use the words webinar. Webinar, I learned this because I was doing that. Even on my video, I say webinar, but on the thing it says online workshop because there's a lot of people that don't even know what a webinar is. They're like, I live in Houston. How do I show up? I'm like, it's online. They're like, what's webinar? So online workshop. See the video that I have, but create it around your own and just have those key points about what I'm doing and sound excited. If you're like, hey, I got this free online workshop. I work from home now. I like my freedom. They're gonna be like, dude, you're high on drugs. Right? You got to be enthusiastic. You're gonna be like, this is me. I'm building an online workshop. I used to work 9 to 5. I used to be corporate. I used to be running around with a metal detector with like a frog in the middle of the highway, almost getting hit by people. I mean, whatever it could be. Use your story and about how you fired your boss and how you're actually building an online business. Because in reality, guys, you guys are actually building an online business. You guys are actually building an email list that is yours. And believe it or not, that's how I made all my money. Literally, that's how I made all my money was from an email list and those email lists. And even now, I've got some new stuff coming down the pipe that I'm doing a bunch of testing, but and I'll be able to push it down. But I've got a few of my email lists that I've fired into Facebook now that are people that are looking to build online businesses. So I'll be able to share some of that info with some of the guys down the line. But here's the big thing is the people that I'm really going to like hone in and work with are the people that are actually going to put in the work. Just put in the work. If you guys want to ask me for a session, or you want to ask Caitlin, or you want to ask Michael's even helping out people with questions, or you want to ask Gord, or you guys want to ask one of us, by all means, do it. But don't come to me and be like, oh, this sucks. I'm like, well, what did you do? Well, I'm using this. I'm like, well, I'm telling you, the video is what makes it work. And yes, sometimes it's uncomfortable. It sucks. Mind you, Caitlin, there was a few weeks ago, I'm pretty sure you were supposed to be building a video.
I I did it. I just haven't posted it yet because I've been editing it and I haven't had time.
Oh, excuses. Busted. Busted. Getting called.
I was waiting for that. I was waiting for you to
Yeah,
tell
I
me
just
about
remember that right now. So, yeah. Caitlin's got a video that she's got to post in the group.
I do.
And get some feedback so she can prove that she actually did the video.
Okay, I will. I know Michael was bugging me about it too.
Good. So yeah, nobody here has any questions. I guess that's pretty much it. So I guess the drum. I asked. Yeah, I know it is. That's exactly it, Chris. It constantly pays off, and that's what the group's about. And as we get leaders and stuff like that in here, because guys, I'll be honest with you, it's not always the easiest for me all the time. I mean, I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm literally on the phone. I had 11 coaching calls on Friday. 11. So I'm doing that, answering people's questions. I've also got a full-time developer right now working on our site to build it so that it's going to be kick-ass. So I can't always answer the questions, but I'm sure my man Michael, if he's not busy, he'd answer a question. Caitlin will certainly answer a question. Gord, I know for a fact, will answer questions. Darren and Michael answer questions. And all these guys are doing everything that I'm doing.
Well, that's why we say ask the questions within the group, because a lot of people have the exact same questions, and somebody's going to answer you, whether it's myself or Michael, Gord, Darren and Mike, anybody, Jeff. Your questions are going to get answered, and other people are probably having the exact same question. So you're helping out the rest of the team by asking your questions in the group. And get involved. Like, ask questions, answer questions, help other people out.
David, is Facebook the primary platform? Yeah, absolutely. It's like the money platform, brother. Everyone's on it. Literally, it's for time-wise, the most used content platform out there. And I call it a content platform because that's what it is. So yeah, the average person spends 45 minutes a day on there, right? I mean, it's how every single one of you guys found us, whether it was me, whether it was Gord, whether it was Jen, or whether it was Caitlin, whether it was whoever. That's where you found us. So that's just reality of the way it goes, right? So.
Everybody start posting your videos in the group. Get some feedback on them. You don't have to worry about feeling stupid or anything. We'll give you good feedback so you can improve. Post 5 a day if you need to. And even if you don't want to do an entire video ad, do at least an intro. If you're really scared about it, start with an intro, and then do that. Cut it into one of Jeff's videos or something, and then work on doing a whole video ad yourself.
Do your own ad. I mean, everyone here wants to make the change in their life. I'm telling you right now, it's just the video. That is it. That there is nothing other than finding the interest in your crowd. Once you have the video that has exactly what you want, man, it flies. That's how all the top pros on Facebook, Gary Vaynerchuk, Grant Cardone, all those guys are all doing videos. And they're all doing lives. Here's another thing, guys. Here's another Timbit, if you really want to. Once you build up your Facebook page and you've been doing it for a while, why don't you hop on live? Do a live the day of the workshop. You can do that. Do a live and then have the link above the live. You can even do it on your personal Facebook page. Go live. Say, hey guys, I'm building an online workshop. I'm tired of the grind that I'm working, or whatever it is, man. You would not believe how many people will all of a sudden join. Like, literally, they'll start joining your list. I put it actually in my live. I'm like, join 9to5freedoms.com. Boom. Next thing you know, they're registering. I've gone in there. I've even had friends who hit me up afterwards that I didn't even know that they went to it. And sure enough, they were there, right? So.
Yeah, I even joined a couple of them too, because I was wishing McGill a happy birthday and everything, and he was showing like where he was at. He was like on the ocean and stuff. It was a beautiful view. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah, use the live. Use the tools. Absolutely. And get as much content out there. Keep it interactive with your people that are in there, and get on those videos. I'm telling you, when I first started doing those videos, you can ask Caitlin. I used to have to drink a glass of wine or two before I'd even hit the thing. Not even kidding you.
Do a few shots.
Yeah, I drink on that boat. I can tell you right now, there was not a couple of drinks. I was wasted.
That was the very first video too, actually. That was the very, very first one that we did.
Which one?
The boat video. That was
Yeah.
actually no. You did a couple on your balcony, or no? Was that one
I
first?
did a couple, but I wasn't happy with any of them. That was the actual official.
Yeah.
That was the first one, and I was farting around, guys. I mean, I thought it was terrible. I was like, this is the worst video ever. Boom! I put it in there. It went viral like crazy. I got so many views from that.
Nice.
But it's the energy that you have when you're doing the video. It's not so much about what you're saying. It's your energy that you have. You want to get people excited to click the link.
Yes.
And excited to find out what you have about this mystery thing that you have.
But yes, you do. But it does matter. Look, just
well, yeah.
It does matter what you say, because you need to be like, hey, I learned about this online workshop. And here I was with zero technical background, no experience, nothing. I'm a tow truck driver, and here I am today, and I can tell you is that I'm on my way to building myself freedom, right? All I did was click on the link, and I registered for a free online workshop, and here I am today. If you don't believe me, come check it out. Shit like that, man. They will get in it. And you mention online workshop throughout it, right? And use Fiverr. Use Fiverr.com. Shane's new. He's doing the first one. He sent in his thing for to get it edited in and out. And it's like $5 or $10, whatever. Who cares? It's cheap. And go get yourself an edited video. If you're that afraid. Practice, practice, practice. That's it. So we're at the final here. So Gord's got to do an announcement here. Who won the $200? Drum roll.
$200 this week goes to Michael Brooks again.
How close was it?
Just a second. I dropped the sheet on the floor. It wasn't very close. The next closest behind him was Kane, and it was 110 conversions behind.
Wow.
Wow.
That's awesome.
7 days. So 7 days. How many leads did Michael get?
276.
276. So what's
wow. Congratulations, Mike.
That's 40 leads a day, guys.
Congrats. Good job.
Thank you.
So, and he literally, all he did was exactly what I told him to do. Make a bloody video and find some targets. That's it. There's no secret sauce to it, guys. So if you guys really want to make it work, energy and telling them what it is and building a video that can be up to 3 minutes. I mean, mine's 6 minutes long, for crying out loud. But they say the optimal is 3 to 4 minutes, right, to keep people's interest. That's it. Practice, understood. So it looks like we got everything here. So I think I'm going to run the exact same thing again, guys. I'm going to get you guys to pump it up. So it's going to be another $200 US. Gord will track it again. So somebody beat Michael here. We need some newbie here to beat him out here.
Can I get in on this?
I'll step up to the plate here.
All right, we need some newbies here. So hopefully you guys learned some new stuff here tonight. This happens every week, guys. Like, this is the kind of stuff, like, even myself, I learned something today about putting post engagement rather than clicking on impressions, right? These little things, I'm not, just because I've got 4 years experience, I would be a retard not to think that I can't have room to grow, because things are changing. I'm learning. I mean, soon I'm going to have Michael probably doing my ads for me. All right, guys, so I'm going to wrap it up here, and I'm going to so, as you guys know, rule of thumb is if you're not here at the training, you are not here. Now, I give people that don't have the opportunity to watch it, maybe to watch it tomorrow, so you got 24 hours, and the secret number that you've got to send to me so I know that you've actually watched the video is 77 this week. So message me 77 that you've actually watched it, and you can be part of this contest. But other than that, I'm going to wrap it up. Hopefully you guys learned some stuff, and Gord, I'll send you over the list again tonight of who attended. All right, guys, have a great night.
Awesome. You too. Thanks again.
Hey, guys.
Bye.